You look in the mirror and you see the skin hanging a little looser on your arms, or perhaps you notice that your thighs look thinner than they did 10 years ago. You try to open a jar of pickles and you find that your grip just is not what it used to be, and you have to ask for help or run the lid under hot water. You might dismiss this as a normal part of getting older. You tell yourself that everyone gets weaker as they age, and that it is just the natural order of things. But I am here to tell you that this is not a benign process. This is a disease process called sarcopenia, and it is the single greatest threat to your independence and your longevity. Statistics show that after the age of 30, you begin to lose muscle mass. But once you hit 60, this loss accelerates dramatically to a rate where you can lose up to 3% of your muscle tissue every single year. This muscle loss is not just about aesthetics or looking good in a swimsuit. Your muscle is your metabolic currency. It is the organ that disposes of sugar from your blood. It is the armor that protects your bones when you fall. When you lose muscle, you are not just becoming weaker, you are becoming diabetic and frail and brittle. The medical establishment tells you to simply eat more protein, but they fail to explain that your body has developed a condition called anabolic resistance. This means that your muscle cells have locked their doors. You can eat all the steak and eggs in the world, but if you cannot unlock that door, the protein will never get in to build the tissue. You are starving your muscles while you are stuffing your stomach. You have likely been told to avoid fruit because it contains sugar, and you are terrified of fructose. While it is true that you must be careful with sugar, there are specific fruits that contain powerful bioactive compounds that act as keys to unlock your muscle cells. These are not just snacks, they are biochemical tools that lower inflammation and improve blood flow and stimulate the hormones necessary to keep your frame strong. If you avoid these fruits, you are missing out on the very signals your body needs to repair itself. I am Dr. Sandra Serrato. It is time to stop watching your body wither away and start feeding it the specific nutrients that reverse muscle wasting. We are going to explore the 7 critical fruits that you must include in your diet to fight sarcopenia. We are going to explain the chemistry of why they work and how they interact with your aging physiology. We will count down from number 7 to the number 1 hero fruit that science has recently discovered can literally rejuvenate the batteries inside your muscle cells. If you want to stay strong and carry your own groceries for the rest of your life, you need to listen to this protocol. The 7th fruit on our list is the fuzzy and unassuming kiwi. You might think of oranges when you think of vitamin C, but the kiwi is actually a superior source, and it plays a critical role in muscle maintenance that almost no one talks about. The connection lies in a molecule called carnitine. Carnitine is the shuttle bus that transports fat into your mitochondria to be burned for energy. Without carnitine, your muscles cannot burn fat for fuel, and they become sluggish and weak. As you age, your natural carnitine levels drop. Here's the secret that your doctor did not tell you. Your body needs massive amounts of vitamin C to synthesize carnitine. If you are marginally deficient in vitamin C, which many seniors are because they do not eat enough fresh produce, your body prioritizes keeping your gums healthy and your skin intact, and it stops making carnitine for your muscles. By eating 2 kiwi a day, you are providing the raw material to restart that carnitine production. You are helping your muscles burn fat, which gives them the energy to contract and repair. Furthermore, kiwi contains an enzyme called actinidin, which helps break down protein in your gut. If you eat a piece of meat, the actinidin helps digest it, so you actually absorb the amino acids needed for growth. The 6th fruit is the humble blueberry. We often talk about antioxidants for the brain, but they are just as vital for the bicep. Muscle wasting is largely driven by oxidative stress. Every time you move your muscles, you create metabolic waste products. In a young body, these are cleaned up instantly. In a senior body, they linger and cause damage to the muscle fibers. This damage triggers chronic low-grade inflammation, which signals the body to break down muscle tissue. It's a vicious cycle where inflammation eats away at your strength. The blueberries are packed with anthocyanins, which are the pigments that give them their dark blue color. These compounds are some of the most potent anti-inflammatories in nature. When you eat a cup of blueberries, the anthocyanins rush to your muscle tissue and neutralize the free radicals. They turn off the inflammatory switches that are telling your body to tear down muscle. Studies have shown that seniors who consume blueberry extracts have faster recovery times after activity and maintain more muscle mass than those who do not. You are essentially fireproofing your muscles against the inflammation of aging. You must eat the whole berry, including the skin, because that is where the medicine lives. The fifth fruit is the tropical papaya. This fruit is essential for one specific reason, and that is digestion. One of the primary reasons seniors lose muscle is not because they are not eating enough protein, but because they are not breaking it down. As you age, your stomach acid production declines significantly. You might eat a chicken breast, but it sits in your stomach like a brick, and much of the protein passes through you undigested. If you cannot break the protein down into amino acids, your muscles starve. Papaya contains a powerful proteolytic enzyme called papain. This enzyme is so strong that it is used commercially as a meat tenderizer. When you eat papaya with your protein meal, the papain goes to work in your stomach and helps to cleave the protein bonds. It essentially pre-digests the meat for you, ensuring that the amino acids are released into your bloodstream where they can travel to your muscles. It is the key that unlocks the nutrition from your food. If you suffer from bloating or heaviness after a meat-heavy meal, papaya is the solution. It ensures that the expensive steak you ate actually ends up as muscle tissue on your body, rather than waste. The fourth fruit is the refreshing watermelon. You likely view this as just sugar water, but the white part of the rind specifically is rich in an amino acid called L-citrulline. Citrulline is a precursor to nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas that your blood vessels produce to relax and widen. This is called vasodilation. As we age, our blood vessels become stiff and narrow, which restricts blood flow to our extremities. This is why your hands and feet are often cold. Poor blood flow means that your muscles are not getting the oxygen and nutrients they need to survive. It's like trying to water a garden with a kinked hose. The water just doesn't get there, and the plants die. When you eat watermelon, or specifically the white part near the rind, the citrulline boosts your nitric oxide levels. This opens up the blood vessels and floods your muscles with nutrient-rich blood. This is often called the pump. It signals the muscle that it is time to grow and repair. You are restoring the supply line to your tissues. Do not just eat the pink center. Nibble on the white rind or blend it into your smoothies to get the maximum dose of citrulline. The third fruit is the pineapple. Similar to papaya, pineapple contains an enzyme called bromelain. However, bromelain has a different function. It is a systemic anti-inflammatory that works specifically on soft tissue injuries. As seniors, we often have micro tears and old injuries in our muscles that cause chronic pain. This pain prevents us from moving, and when we stop moving, we lose muscle instantly. It is the use it or lose it principle. Bromelain helps to dissolve the scar tissue and reduce the swelling in old injuries. By reducing the pain, pineapple allows you to be more active. It keeps you moving. Furthermore, pineapple is a good source of manganese, which is a mineral required for the production of energy and the protection of cells from damage. When you consume fresh pineapple, you are taking a natural painkiller that allows you to maintain the activity levels necessary to signal your body to keep its muscle. Canned pineapple does not work because the heat of the canning process destroys the delicate enzymes. You must eat it fresh. The second fruit is actually a fruit, though we treat it like a vegetable, and that is the avocado. This is the only fruit on our list that is primarily fat, and that is exactly why it is at number 2. Your hormones are made from cholesterol and fat. Testosterone and growth hormone are the primary anabolic drivers that tell your body to build muscle. Both men and women need these hormones, but levels drop precipitously after 60. If you are on a low-fat diet, you are starving your hormone production. Avocados provide the healthy monounsaturated fats and the precursors needed to synthesize these anabolic hormones. But they also contain more potassium than a banana. Potassium is the mineral that regulates the electrical charge of your muscle membranes. It is responsible for the strength of the contraction. If you are low in potassium, your muscles feel weak and tired. By providing healthy fats for hormones and potassium for contraction, the avocado is a dual threat against sarcopenia. It also contains fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar, preventing the insulin resistance that blocks muscle growth. You should be eating half an avocado every single day to keep your hormonal environment fertile for muscle growth. Now we arrive at the #1 hero solution. This fruit has been revered in ancient texts for thousands of years, but modern science has only recently unlocked its true potential for muscle aging. The #1 fruit is the pomegranate. The secret of the pomegranate lies in a class of polyphenols called elegitannins. When you eat these compounds, they travel to your gut, where certain bacteria convert them into a molecule called urolithin A. This molecule, urolithin A, is a miracle for aging muscles. To understand why, you need to understand mitochondria. Mitochondria are the power plants inside your cells that generate energy. When you are young, your body regularly clears out old defective mitochondria and replaces them with new healthy ones. This process is called mitophagy. It is like taking out the trash. But as you age, this cleaning process fails. Your muscle cells fill up with garbage mitochondria that do not produce energy but generate massive amounts of oxidative stress. This is why your muscle, but they also contain more potassium than a banana. Potassium is the mineral that regulates the electrical charge of your muscle membranes. It is responsible for the strength of the contraction. If you are low in potassium, your muscles feel weak and tired. By providing healthy fats for hormones and potassium for contraction, the avocado is a dual threat against sarcopenia. It also contains fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar, preventing the insulin resistance that blocks muscle growth. You should be eating half an avocado every single day to keep your hormonal environment fertile for muscle growth. Now we arrive at the #1 hero solution. This fruit has been revered in ancient texts for thousands of years, but modern science has only recently unlocked its true potential for muscle aging. The #1 fruit is the pomegranate. The secret of the pomegranate lies in a class of polyphenols called elegitannins. When you eat these compounds, they travel to your gut, where certain bacteria convert them into a molecule called urolithin A. This molecule, urolithin A, is a miracle for aging muscles. To understand why, you need to understand mitochondria. Mitochondria are the power plants inside your cells that generate energy. When you are young, your body regularly clears out old defective mitochondria and replaces them with new healthy ones. This process is called mitophagy. It is like taking out the trash. But as you age, this cleaning process fails. Your muscle cells fill up with garbage mitochondria that do not produce energy but generate massive amounts of oxidative stress. This is why your muscles feel tired and weak. Urolithin A has been proven in clinical trials to reactivate mitophagy. It restarts the cleaning crew. It tells the cell to digest the old, broken power plants and build new, efficient ones. This restores the energy levels of the muscle cell to a youthful state. Studies have shown that seniors who supplement with urolithin A or consume pomegranate juice show improved muscle strength and endurance even without changing their exercise routine. It is working at the cellular level to reverse the aging of the tissue. However, there is a catch. Not everyone has the right gut bacteria to perform this conversion. only about 40% of people are producers. To maximize your chances, you need to consume pomegranate regularly to feed the specific bacteria that do this work. You also need to maintain a healthy gut microbiome by eating fiber. The pomegranate seeds, or arils, are packed with fiber and the juice is packed with L-glutanins. By consuming this fruit, you are rolling the dice in favor of rejuvenation. You are attempting to trigger the only known natural mechanism that recycles cellular debris in the muscle. It is the closest thing we have to a fountain of youth for your strength. Now that we have established the solutions, we must talk about the warnings. You cannot simply go out and gorge on fruit without understanding the context. There are 3 critical mistakes that seniors make with fruit that can actually accelerate muscle loss by driving insulin resistance. The first mistake is the fruit juice trap. You might think that drinking a glass of orange juice is the same as eating an orange, but it is not. When you juice a fruit, you strip away the fiber. Fiber is the safety net that slows down the absorption of sugar. Without the fiber, the fructose hits your liver instantly. This causes a spike in blood sugar, followed by a spike in insulin. As we discussed earlier, chronic high insulin leads to insulin resistance, which locks the door to your muscle cells. If you drink juice, you are effectively locking the nutrient door. You must eat the whole fruit. The act of chewing signals your body to prepare for digestion. The fiber keeps you full and feeds your gut bacteria. The only exception is small amounts of tart cherry or pomegranate juice used medicinally, but these should never be guzzled by the pint. The second mistake is the dessert fruit mistake. Many seniors gravitate towards the sweetest fruits like grapes and very ripe bananas. While they have some nutrients, they are essentially sugar bombs. Grapes, specifically, are very high in sugar and have very low nutrient density compared to berries or papaya. If you are sedentary and you eat a large bowl of grapes, you are spiking your blood sugar without providing enough anti-inflammatory compounds to justify it. You should prioritize the fruits we listed: berries and melon and avocado, which have a better ratio of nutrients to sugar. Use the high sugar fruits only immediately after physical activity, when your muscles are primed to soak up the glycogen. The third mistake is the solo fruit mistake. Never eat fruit by itself. This is a golden rule for seniors. If you eat an apple alone, you get a blood sugar rise. If you eat an apple with a handful of walnuts or a piece of cheese or a hard-boiled egg, you blunt that sugar spike. Furthermore, muscle protein synthesis requires amino acids. Fruit provides the carbohydrates and the antioxidants, but it does not provide the protein. To build muscle, you need to pair the key, the fruit, with the building material, the protein. Always pair your fruit with a source of protein or fat. This stabilizes your energy and ensures that when the fruit unlocks the muscle cell, there is protein waiting to enter. Now, let us construct a specific daily routine that integrates these fruits into your life. We will map out your day to maximize enzyme activity and absorption. In the morning at 8 a.m. before midday, you should start your digestion with papaya. After your glass of water, have a few slices of fresh papaya alongside your breakfast of eggs. The papain will help you digest the eggs, and the natural sugars will give you a gentle energy boost without a crash. If you do not have papaya, you can use kiwi here as well. The vitamin C in the kiwi will also help you absorb iron from the eggs, which supports oxygen transport to your muscles. Do not drink juice. Eat the fruit. At 12 o'clock after midday for your lunch, you should focus on the avocado. Slice half an avocado onto your salad or have it on the side of your salmon. The fat from the avocado will help you absorb the fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K from your leafy greens. This is also the perfect time to have your blueberries. A half cup of blueberries as a dessert after lunch provides the antioxidants to fight the stress of the day. The fiber in the avocado and the berries will keep you full until dinner and prevent snacking. At 6 o'clock after midday, for your dinner, you want to focus on blood flow and recovery. This is where you can incorporate the watermelon or the pineapple. A slice of pineapple with your dinner can help digest the evening meal, and the bromelain will work on your joints overnight. If it is summer, a slice of watermelon is a perfect light finish. Remember to eat a little bit of the white rind. Finally, at 8 o'clock after midday or 1 hour before bed, we bring in the hero, pomegranate. You can eat half a cup of the arils, or if you struggle with the seeds, drink 2 ounces of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice diluted with water. This provides the L-jacquetanins right before you fast for 12 hours while you sleep. Your gut bacteria will have all night to work on those compounds, converting them into urolithin A so that your mitochondria can be cleaned while you rest. This timing is crucial as the gut is most active in repair during the night. This routine is not just a diet, it is a strategic deployment of chemistry. You are using enzymes in the morning, fats at noon, and mitochondrial boosters at night. You are respecting the biology of your aging body. You are not fighting against nature. You are giving nature the tools it needs to do its job. I want you to imagine a year from now. You are walking up the stars and you feel a spring in your step. You pick up your grandchild and your arms feel solid and capable. You are not frail, you are functional. This is the power of nutrition. Muscle tissue is not gone forever. It is just dormant, waiting for the right signal to wake up. You have the keys now. It is time to use them. If this video has empowered you to take control of your strength, please click the like button so we can reach other seniors who are accepting frailty as their fate. You can help someone else stand taller just by sharing this information. We have talked about eating fruit, but there is another side to this story. There are specific concentrated liquid elixirs that can accelerate this process even further, but you have to know which ones are medicine and which ones are poison. In the next video, I am going to reveal the specific juices that you should drink daily to stop muscle loss, and the one common juice you must absolutely avoid. Click here to watch that video now.